guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop New York season 10 episode 10. If you did not catch my reviews for episodes 1 through 9, please go check those out, and I will leave the links to my review for episode 9 in my description box. So Jonathan introduces us to his little nephew, Derek. His nephew, Derek, was born with arthrogryposis, okay? And he's in a wheelchair. So because Jonathan is spending quality time with his nephew, he wanted Sin and Yandy, who are his closest friends, to meet his nephew. And also he needs to vent because Jonathan's feeling really guilty, okay? Him and his family have gone to multiple doctors to see about what they can do for Derek, and every doctor has told them that they would have to amputate his legs. And Jonathan and his family do not want to amputate Derek's legs, which I can understand why they wouldn't want to do that. And so they found one doctor who said that they would do the surgery where, Derek could possibly walk again. Obviously, they're going to want to do that, but it costs $160,000 for him to get that surgery. And Jonathan feels guilty because at one point, Jonathan did have that kind of money, okay? And he spent it up doing all the wrong things, partying, drinking, doing drugs. And he feels like it's his fault that his nephew won't be able to get the surgery because he spent up his money doing stupid stuff. But I don't feel like he should feel guilty. I mean, I don't think he knew that, this is the type of situation that they were going to be in. And I mean, hopefully they find a way to raise the money so that Derek can get the surgery, because I know it's something that Derek wants, and I know it's something that his family truly wants. So Jim is doing an interview with his mother for her new show, and it's been a while since we've seen Jim Jones's mom, okay? There was a lot of drama between her and Chrissy at one point in time, but it's good that, Jim and his mom still have a good relationship with each other. At one point during this interview, she asked him what he wished would grow on trees, and he said weed. I thought that was funny. The two of them are actually really funny together. Now, his mom is getting a new house built from the ground up, okay, because she's been staying in a hotel because something happened with her other house, and she's excited to get out of the hotel because she's been in it for such a long time. Now, Jim has not told his mom that Chrissy's actually the one being the interior designer for her new house, and Jim hasn't told his mom because he doesn't know how his mom's going to feel about that. Chrissy and his mom do not get along at all. I'm interested to see what happens when Jim actually does tell his mom that Chrissy's the one who interior designed his house. I don't even understand why his mom would care if she's the one who's interior designing it. Even if they don't get along, she's doing her a favor. So I don't really understand why his mom would be mad about it, but I'm interested to see what happens when she finds out. So Olivia and Yandy end up meeting up, okay? The two of them were good friends, and when Olivia went MIA on everybody, that included Yandy, they still kept in touch via text message, but they did not see each other in person, and so they decide to catch up. Olivia lets Yandy know that she's now engaged. Her ring was shining. It's a beautiful ring, and she said that she's really happy in her relationship with her fiance, and that her fiance doesn't like to be in front of the camera. He likes to be behind the camera, and that's a plus for her because she knows that he's not in it for the spotlight. Now, Yandy lets her know that her and Kimbella are no longer cool anymore, but that Kimbella is friends with Chrissy. Now, Olivia even thought that this was weird that Kimbella would befriend Chrissy after Chrissy literally beat her ass on national television. Now, she beat Kimbella's ass, okay? That was just not a typical fight. That was an ass whooping that Chrissy gave Kimbella, okay? I would not be able to be friends with somebody who did that to me, not only in general, but in the fact that she did it on national television. Now, I feel like Kimbella only is befriending Chrissy because she has a problem with Yandy, and they both have an issue with Yandy, so she's playing on that. Now, Yandy lets her know that Kimbella is going hard for Chrissy. She's over here defending Chrissy because Kimbella did defend Chrissy when she felt like Yandy was taking shots at Chrissy and Jim because Jim's house had went into foreclosure, and Yandy was reading the article, and Yandy kind of implied that because she was no longer managing Jim anymore, that's the reason why their house went into foreclosure. Again, Kimbella looks really stupid for overly defending a person who beat her ass on national television. Now, they decide to change the subject, and Olivia says that Rich stole $17,000 from her, $117,000 from her, okay? And that they're no longer cool. Now, Yandy is trying to make excuses for Rich. She's saying that she doesn't believe Rich would do something like that, and Olivia is adamant that Rich stole the money from her. She says that, she spoke with Rich and it didn't go well, which it didn't go well. They were in the studio with Fresher, and the two of them got into an argument because Olivia confronted him about him stealing money from her that Cisco told her that he stole. Now, Olivia said that she didn't wait 7 years to contact Rich because, Yandy implied that why would Olivia wait 7 years to confront Rich about money being stolen from her? And, Olivia had to clarify that she had tried to reach out to Rich multiple times throughout the years, and Rich she was never able to get a hold of Rich. Rich has multiple addresses. He's always changing addresses, changing phone numbers all the goddamn time, so she was never able to get in contact with him. I'm interested to see what happens when Olivia and Rich see each other again after that fight they had at the studio. So Jonathan invites Chrissy and Kimbella out because he wants to talk to them and clear the air, because the last time that they were around each other, it did not go so well. They got into an argument, and it was at his fragrance event. Now, he wants them to show up to his fundraiser that he's doing for his nephew, that Yandy is throwing for his nephew to raise money in order for him to be able to get his surgery so that he can possibly walk again. Now, it's a jump rope-a-thon, okay? It's a jump rope tournament, and they're going to be raising money. And I love the idea of a jump rope event because jump roping was definitely a part of my childhood. I loved jump roping. I wish I saw a lot of kids today doing it, but a lot of kids don't do it anymore. Now, Chrissy and Kimbella end up showing up, and they kind of rehash what happened at Jonathan's fragrance event. And Chrissy and Kimbella tell Jonathan that they feel some type of way because they felt like he came at Kimbella wrong at his fragrance event. Now, he said that he was pissed at Kimbella because he felt like she went back and told false information to Chrissy about what happened at the luncheon that they had, where Yandy ended up reading the article about Chrissy and Jim's house being foreclosed on, which I do believe that, Kimbella over-exaggerated what was said. It really wasn't that big of a deal, and she definitely over-exaggerated the thing because I feel like she wants Chrissy and Yandy to continue to have issues with each other because she has issues with Yandy, and the only reason why her and Chrissy even teamed up was because of the fact that they both don't like Yandy. So Jonathan tried to tell Kimbella that he loved her, and she told him no, okay? Straight up the bat, she told him no. She doesn't believe him because she believes that he's closer to Yandy than he is to her, which he is closer to Yandy, okay? That's very obvious, and that's why it's going to be hard for Jonathan to have friendships with these ladies because of the fact that he's neutral. He's cool with everybody, but there's only so much neutral he can be because he is closer to Yandy. So basically, he invites them to the jump rope event to raise money for his nephew, and they are all for going up until he said that Yandy is the one throwing the event. Now, Chrissy feels like she might not be able to go to it because she just doesn't want to have the drama with Yandy. Kimbella, I feel like, might end up showing up to the event, but she looks like she's skeptical about going too. I don't understand why they can't just put their issues aside just to support their friend when it comes to his nephew who really needs this surgery. I feel like they don't even have to go near of Yandy at this event. So we'll see if they end up showing up. So because Rich doesn't want this whole situation between him and Olivia to affect his work relationship with Janaski, he ends up going to see his mom because his mom was the one who was handling his business finances, and he wants her to clear it up that he did not steal any type of money from Olivia. I don't know why he thought that having his mom verify that he didn't steal any money from Olivia was going to make anybody believe him. Because of the fact that that's his mom, she's automatically going to defend him because they're really close to each other. So I don't know why he thought that that was going to, clear anything up. I don't know if he did steal money from Olivia or not, but him using his mom to tell everybody that he didn't steal money from her didn't really make too much sense to me. Now, she said that Rich doesn't owe Olivia absolutely any type of money at all, that it's Olivia who owes him money because she was taking bookings with Cisco behind his back, not telling him about it, even though Rich was still her manager at the time. And so now Rich feels like Cisco's being a snake, and now he feels like he needs to talk to Olivia again because he needs to be able to clear the air. Now, I believe that he needs to sit down with both Cisco and Olivia at the same time to clear the air. Otherwise, nobody's going to know what really happened because there's always three sides to every story. In this case, there'll be four because there's three people, and then the truth is somewhere in between all three of their stories. It's the day of the jump rope tournament that Yandy threw for Jonathan's nephew to raise money for his surgery so that he could possibly walk again. And it looks like it's so much fun. It really does. I think that Yandy did a great job, and I feel like she made a great choice making jump roping the theme of it because everybody looked like they were bringing out their inner child and leaving all their stress to the side. Now, Jonathan pulls Yandy aside and lets her know that he invited both Chrissy and Kimbella to the event. And although Yandy looked like she didn't like that they were going to be coming, she was able to say that she doesn't mind them coming to the event. She just doesn't have to be anywhere near them. And I feel like that's mature of Yandy. I feel like Chrissy and Kimbella both should show up and just stay far away from Yandy as possible, because this is a really serious event. Although it's fun, it's a serious event, and I don't think that they need to be making any types of scene at this particular event. Now, Samaya Reese ends up showing up, okay? She was introduced to this season, and she was saying that, at first she was having a hard time becoming successful, but now she has a detox tea company that's very successful, and now she's happy because she's exactly where she wants to be in life, and she decided to show up to the jump roping event to support Jonathan, who is her friend. Now, Jen ends up also coming to support. She said that she's been spending a lot of time with Yandy and Jonathan because she wants to take her mind off of her issues with Fresher, which I think is good. She needs to take her mind off of Fresher because honestly, she shouldn't be with him anyway. Now, Kimbella ends up showing up, all right? And it's definitely awkward between Yandy and Kimbella, although they didn't go anywhere near each other. Now, Jonathan goes up to Kimbella and he thanks her for showing up because he thought that it was important that she came, and he felt like now maybe he can fix things between her and Yandy because of the fact that she decided to show up to the event knowing that Yandy was the one throwing it. But Kimbella immediately lets him know that she's not trying to be friends with she's not trying to be friends with Yandy just because she showed up to the event. And, he asked where Chrissy was, and she said that she didn't know where Chrissy was. She didn't know whether or not Chrissy was going to come or not. I knew for a fact that Chrissy wasn't going to come because she just doesn't want to deal with Yandy anymore. Every single time the two of them try to talk, it doesn't end up going well. So Jonathan tries to be slick and tries to get Yandy to walk towards Kimbella so that the two of them can talk. And I like that Yandy told him absolutely not. She didn't say it in a rude way, and she wasn't rude to Kimbella at all, but she chose not to go near Kimbella. She chose to keep her distance because she did not want to make a scene at the event. And so the two of them did not end up speaking at all. Now, they ended up raising, I think he said, enough money for the nephew to get the first two surgeries, okay? They raised enough to get the first two surgeries. And I think the councilman or something ended up giving him a $5,000 check to add to the money that they have for, Derek's surgery. So it went well. Derek is really adorable, and I hope that they're able to get him the surgery and he's able to walk again. Chrissy and Jim sit and talk about his mom's new house that she's getting ready to be able to move into. And because Chrissy is the one doing the interior designing and Jim hasn't told his mom yet, he thought that he should bring it to Chrissy's attention and let her know that his mom doesn't know. And he wanted to know if, Chrissy was okay with his mom knowing that she's the one who's doing the interior designing in the house. Now, Chrissy says she doesn't care if his mom knows that she's doing the interior designing or not. Her and his mom have no relationship at all. She said that they are not cool. They don't speak with each other. Their relationship is completely non-existent. And I think it's petty if his mom gets mad and doesn't want the house or doesn't want and gets it redecorated because she doesn't like Chrissy. I think that would be extremely petty, and I think that the two of them should just get over their issues. They don't have to be cool with each other, but they should be able to be mature enough to be cordial. But I definitely am taking Chrissy's side in this situation, only because the fact that I feel like sometimes parents are too involved in their children's relationships, and sometimes they need to learn how to stay out of it and butt out, because Jim's going to be with Chrissy regardless. So she's either going to accept it or she's not. So Rich decides to set up a meeting with Cisco, and he has Peter there to mediate the situation, which I don't know how Peter's going to mediate a conversation between Rich and Cisco when he can't even mediate the situations in his own life, but we'll see how this ends up going. Now, Cisco ends up showing up, and it's immediate tension between him and Rich because Rich feels like, Cisco is a snake, and Cisco has underlying issues with him that he hasn't expressed to him specifically, which I believe that Cisco is a snake. That's how I feel about him. He just seems like he's sneaky to me. I get that sneaky vibe from him. So, they don't beat around the bush. Rich immediately asked him if he's the one who told Olivia that he stole money from her. And he tried to say that he didn't tell Olivia that he stole money from her. Okay. He says that he did not do that. And Rich immediately calls him a liar, even though he doesn't really know if it's true or not. Now, Cisco ends up getting annoyed at Peter, okay, because he feels like Peter always takes Rich's side, which I think Peter does take Rich's side, but it's always because, Cisco comes off like he doesn't actually want to fix things. He seems like he kind of likes the drama a little bit, and so, Peter probably was taking Rich's side a little bit more, but Rich immediately checked him and said that it's because Cisco's always the one who's in the wrong in every situation, which I believe they both play a part. You can't blame one person for everything and not take responsibility for your part and the reason why your relationship is the way that it is. Now, Cisco said that he should have told, Rich about, the bookings that he was doing with Olivia, but that he feels like, Olivia's not telling the truth, that he did not say that Rich stole money from him. And Rich realizes that the only thing he can do is take Cisco's word for it. And they decide to set up a meeting with Olivia. I'm interested to see what happens at this meeting, because Olivia is saying that Cisco's the one who told on him, and Cisco's saying that he didn't do it. So now I'm thinking that Cisco and Olivia are going to end up getting into it, because we don't know at this point who's telling the truth. But I honestly don't think that Olivia has a reason to lie. So in the final scene of this episode, Jonathan throws a slumber party for him and his friends to celebrate the success of the fundraiser for his nephew. They were able to raise enough money for him to get the first 2 surgeries that he needs to be able to walk again. So he invites Sin, Yandy, Samaya Reese, and Jen to the event. And they're all having a good time. They're laughing, joking, telling sex jokes and everything like that. And then Kimbella shows up, and the whole mood and vibe of the room changes. You can tell that Yandy's uncomfortable with Kimbella being there. Kimbella's uncomfortable with Yandy being there. And I just felt like, Kimbella had a look in her eyes like she was going to start some type of trouble at this event. So Jonathan suggests that they play Truth or Dare. And when he said, let's play Truth or Dare, I knew that it wasn't going to go well. I knew that, Yandy and Kimbella were going to end up getting into it because of this. And so Yandy basically made it seem like she didn't want to play. Kimbella made it seem like she didn't want to play. But Samaya Reese ended up asking, Yandy a truth. And she asked her who she's at odds with. And Kimbella automatically said, well, should I raise my hand because I'm the person that she's at odds with? They start rehashing the argument that they had at that little luncheon where Yandy read the article about Chrissy and Jim's house being foreclosed on. And Yandy let Kimbella know that she was doing too much by trying to defend Chrissy, because why would you defend somebody who beat you up? And she was saying that she wasn't taking shots at Chrissy. All she did was read the article, and that Kimbella over-exaggerated it, which I do believe that Kimbella over-exaggerated it. But let's be honest, Yandy was trying to imply that it was because she stopped managing Jim that his house ended up going into foreclosure. But I feel like Kimbella looked stupid for defending Chrissy as hard as she was, because this is the woman who literally beat you up. Kimbella basically shut, Yandy up and told her that she felt like Yandy didn't have her back in that fight. She felt like Yandy should have jumped in that fight because that's what she would have did for Yandy. I don't believe that she would have jumped in a fight for Yandy, number one. And number two, I feel like Yandy did do her part. She was saying stop, stop, stop during that fight, and she was trying to break it up. And so Yandy gets confused, okay? Yandy jumps up and she starts saying how Kimbella's stupid because why would you have an issue with me saying that I didn't do enough to stop the fight between you and Chrissy, but you're being friends and defending the person who beat you up and dog walked you in front of everybody on national television? Because it's true. Kimbella sat there and befriended somebody who beat her ass on television. This was not a typical fight. She got her ass whooped by Chrissy, okay? And she's friends with her. And that makes her look stupid. So Kimbella gets annoyed about Yandy saying that she's stupid for befriending Chrissy after Chrissy's the one who beat her up. And she starts pointing in Yandy's face, telling Yandy that she's a better friend to her than she was to her because she would have jumped in the fight for Yandy. She's pointing all up in Yandy's face. Everybody's telling Kimbella that she's doing too much. Kimbella takes a drink and she throws it in Yandy's face because Yandy's basically putting emphasis on the fact that Chrissy beat the hell out of Kimbella, which she did. So she throws a drink on Yandy and everybody's telling Kimbella that she's wrong, that she shouldn't have did that. Kimbella's trying to act tough, okay, because she knows Yandy's not really a fighter, okay? Yandy's more classy, okay? She doesn't do the fighting thing. Now, Yandy gets annoyed and she takes a drink and she throws it back in Kimbella's face and she jumps up and they're getting ready to fight. They're literally getting ready to fight. And part of me wishes that, the security would have done what they used to do on the Bad Girls Club, where they kind of used to let them connect a little bit and then break up the fight, because I wanted to see Yandy put hands on Kimbella. And I know it sounds immature and wrong for me. I'm not promoting violence, but at the same time, the way that Kimbella was talking to Yandy, she deserved to get hands put on her, okay? If she didn't have an issue befriending Chrissy after Chrissy's the one who beat her ass, I don't understand why she would be this mad at Yandy. It makes absolutely no sense, and the episode cut there. This episode ended with a bang, a complete bang. I can't wait to watch the next episode because I know at the beginning they're going to show what ends up happening the remainder of Jonathan's little slumber party. Now, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and thanks to all my subscribers for the support. I am getting closer and closer to reaching my goal every day, and I want to thank you guys for that. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.